let's continue on the revelation of God's character. Today, we'll look at God's decision in Sodom and Gomorrah. We'll look at a brief historical context to the decision, how Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, some notable occurrences in Sodom and Gomorrah's destruction, and the aftermath. To the historical context, Genesis 18 verse 20 says, "And the Lord said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is common to me. And if not, I will know." Abraham drew near in verse 23 and said, "Would thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked?" He asked God. And then verse 24, he asked, "If there be 50 righteous within the city, wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place for the 50 righteous that are therein?" From verse 24 up until verse 32, Abraham kept asking God, if there be 50 people, if there be 45 people, if there be 30 people, if there be 10 people, to show you just how loving God is. Every single time, his response was, "I will not destroy it for that many people's sake who were perceived or considered righteous." Okay? How was Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed? I hear you ask. Chapter 13 tells us. It says here in verse 1, "And there came 2 angels to Sodom at evening, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself." So this also tells you that angels can assume physical bodies. Verse 2, Lot persuades them, "I pray you, stay in my house, so you can wash your feet, and rise up early and go your way." But they refused. Verse 3 says that Lot persisted. He pressed on them greatly, and then they agreed to stay at his. In verse 4, before they could lie down, the men of the city, the men of Sodom, encompassed the house round about, old and young. And then they asked Lot to bring out the men that they may know them. They intended to have sexual relations with them. They intended to sexually assault them. Angels. Verse 8, Lot tells them, "Please don't do this. I have daughters, but these men are my visitors, and they've done nothing, for they came under my roof." And verse 9 says that they pressed on so much that they tried to break down the door, and the men stepped in. They shut the door, and they smote all the men with blindness.